The AESC IDEA Award recognizes outstanding contributions in the area of inclusion, diversity, equity, and access. And I am truly beyond proud to present this award to Karen Greenbaum, a woman who has been a fierce advocate. Lots more to come. A fierce advocate for these principles over the course of their distinguished career, and most certainly as AESC's president and CEO. The board and I are not alone in our deep respect and admiration for Karen. So a few accolades to come. In endorsing Karen's nomination, my Chief Diversity and Equity Inclusion Officer, Cecilia Nelson-Hurt, wrote, "Karen uses her unwavering resolve and persuasive advocacy to gain unanimous engagement, support, and collaboration, often marking a turning point in our journey towards equity and justice." The founder of Russell Reynolds' global DE&I capability, Tina Shaw-Packaday, wrote that Karen's leadership inspires others to invest in the work despite substantial setbacks. I greatly admire her willingness to lead with courage, even at a time when others are perhaps shying away. So Karen is an original co-author of AESC's Diversity Pledge. Since its publication, Karen has been the key driver in new members signing the pledge and long-standing members recommitting to the pledge. Karen highlights AESC's Diversity Pledge at every opportunity, definitely true, determined to remind us and tell every possible constituency that we are a profession committed to helping create a world that is inclusive, diverse, equitable, and accessible for all. AESC's Diversity Pledge came about in the tumultuous summer of 2020 when the CEOs of AESC's largest firms came together to stand up against bigotry. And here are just some of what those CEOs back then have to say. So Clark Murphy, the former CEO of Russell Reynolds, shared that from the day we came together as leaders to make our pledge, you have never wavered, never stopped holding us accountable, never stopped working toward a better, more fair, and more equitable world. Andrew Chastain, President and CEO of Whitkeefer, shared that Karen has been an outstanding, inspirational leader, richly deserving of this award. Mickey Matthews, who is the former international chair of Stanton Chase, said that at this time of uncertainty and polarization, your strong, mission-centered values around diversity, equity, and inclusion were front and center and never more important. In my mind, this was the pinnacle of your leadership. Ben Williams, who's the CEO of Spencer Stuart, shared that I deeply appreciate your help in fostering relevant dialogue, not only around the pledge of commitment from AESC member organizations, but by inspiring self-reflection about what all our organizations were doing and could do. And then, last but not least, my former CEO and president, Krishnan Rajagopalan at Heidrick, said that I have come to know that you are relentlessly committed to the issues you believe in. The legacy you created on these issues will endure. Your influence on our firms has, I am confident, helped to change the world. So right now, I'd like to invite the first recipient of the AESC IDEA Award, Tina Shaw-Packaday, to say a few words. Please, join me.
Thank you, Julian. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here today and joining you to present this award to Karen Greenbaum. I really think that Karen has led the way with regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion in our profession. And in addition to that, in the aftermath of 2020, in the summer of that year, she quickly provided firms with inclusive leadership training and brought leaders together to advance both the diversity of their own firms, but also of their clients. And I would use 3 words to describe Karen's leadership. She leads with conviction, with courage, and with care. Karen partnered with member firms to stand up the Diversity Council to move the profession forward as a top priority for AESC and stand up these diversity councils in just 4 years' time. What she accomplished was characteristic of the conviction with which she leads. She formulated the Diversity Pledge from participating firms, which Julian talked about, to establish their commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. She formulated a written policy on diverse slates, which we heard about earlier today, and the challenges that we are encountering with regards to those, but she had a point of view. She wrote a white paper on client DEI efforts, highlighting best practices across the profession and our clients. And she also brought together industry-renowned speakers, webinars, and classes. You saw one of those speakers earlier today, Kenji Yoshino, and the good advice that he had to bring to all of us, as well as the work that she has done with Cornell regarding talent, culture, and diversity, equity, and inclusion. Appropriately, we're here today at Cornell as well. Equally, in the aftermath of the Supreme Court decision on college admissions, Karen's leadership on DEI never waned. She moved quickly to bring Diversity Council leaders together to discuss the implications for our profession. And when I asked her to come out to Stanford Business School to talk about these issues, she did not hesitate. She was immediately on a plane to help us solve these issues at the board level. Karen's leadership inspired others to continue to invest in the work, despite all these substantial setbacks that Kenji talked about earlier this morning. I greatly admire not only her willingness to lead with courage at a time when others perhaps were shying away, but also her ability to bring together so many of the largest and smallest firms to partner together where we otherwise might not have as competitors. Very importantly, because Karen cares so much, under her leadership at AESC, she established this IDEA Award in 2020 to support the goals of the AESC Diversity Pledge, which was signed, as Julian mentioned, by more than 100 CEOs of the leading executive search firms. That's quite an accomplishment. And I was humbled to be awarded this inaugural IDEA Award in 2020 as the founder and former global head of diversity, equity, and inclusion at Russell Reynolds. I've had the opportunity to witness in this role the exemplary contributions of many consultants across the profession, as well as executives leading DEI work, including Cecilia and others. The IDEA Award recognizes initiatives that demonstrate exemplary commitment to inclusion, diversity, equity, and access. Because of her exemplary impact across the profession, it is indeed my pleasure to present with Julian this award to Karen, and perhaps most importantly, thank you, Karen, for your sponsorship, mentorship, and your friendship.
Come on up. So Karen, for being such a fierce advocate for fairness, inclusion, and belonging, your impact is exponential and immeasurable. We are deeply proud to present AESC's 2024 IDEA Award to you. Congratulations. Should I take it back?
Wow. So, I'm choked up, all right? I was when they told me. So, I was surprised and humbled by the news that I would be receiving the award today. It brought tears to my eyes, and it's doing it again today. This is, in fact, the greatest honor of my entire career. AESC and our members have a long history committed to diversity as a core value. It's not new. It's been on our core values for many years. I'm sure Judy knows that. But in the last few years, we accelerated the impactful actions that we could make to support this commitment. The creation of the award began on June 12, 2020. I received an email. It was a short message. It was from Clark Murphy, then CEO of Russell Reynolds. The heading was, Black Lives Matter. And this message simply said, can we talk? It was a Friday. We talked Friday. As soon as I got the message, it was like 7 in the morning. So that was on a Friday, June 12th. On June 15th, Monday, just 4 days later, we had a meeting with 8 CEOs, 4 days later, representing some of AESC's largest member firms, CEOs from Heidrick & Struggles, Spencer Stuart, Stanton Chase, Boyden, Diversified Search, Alto Partners, Whit Kiefer, Russell Reynolds, and of course, AESC. We came together with an urgency, with all saying, we need to do more. We need to lead. We wanted to demonstrate internally and externally that we not only believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, but that we wanted our profession to take a stand, something that sometimes we don't do. Together, we pledged to use our collective voices and actions to help create a world that is inclusive, diverse, equitable, and accessible for all. Today, nearly all of our members have joined together to sign this pledge. If you're not sure if you joined, check the website. If you didn't, there's no time like today. In the same year, 2020, we added this very award to our other awards. We believe strongly that the IDEA Award deserved a place of honor next to the Award of Excellence, the future of the profession, the commitment to the community, and yes, even the Lifetime Achievement Award. I didn't know until today that our first award winner was going to be here, so that was a lovely surprise, Tina. We developed 5 regional diversity councils representing North America, Latin America, Europe and Africa, the Middle East, and Asia Pacific. These groups are comprised of members around the world who are passionate, committed, and have hands-on DEI expertise related to the work we do with our clients, with the businesses we lead, and the candidates we engage with. These Diversity Council members share the ideas generously, reinforcing AESC's commitment to collaborate for the good of the profession. Think of the impact we make as a profession. We strengthen leadership together. In fact, we strengthen diverse leadership together, creating opportunities for so many who have amazing skills and capabilities, but may have been otherwise overlooked. We search beyond the usual suspects to bring forth leaders who have that unique combination of competencies and lived experiences that spark innovation, create shared successes, and build a culture that attracts and retains talent. Today, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for the AESC board, for my leadership team, and for the many AESC members around the world who share my commitment to fairness, inclusion, and belonging. This award is not just a reflection of all the efforts, but a testament to the collective power of us all. That collaboration and power when we speak together. As together we celebrate the unique perspectives each individual brings to the table. This award serves as a reminder to each of us as we strive for a more inclusive and equitable world for generations to come. I accept this award feeling especially privileged. That word privilege sometimes has a negative connotation, but I feel privileged. Privileged to be the CEO of the global association that represents our amazing profession. Privileged to work with an amazing team of leaders around the world. And privileged to know that so many members across the globe share my commitment to fairness, to opportunity, to inclusion, and to belonging, and to the impact that we can make through leadership to make the world a better place. But most of all, I feel privileged to receive the AESC IDEA Award because of all that it represents. Thank you.